In the last episode, we were about to witness something horrific that I can't even show it on YouTube. But thankfully Yunruo decided to use everything she got to get from his dirty hands. But she was too weak to even move. He has the high ground now. It's now his turn. He will do whatever he wants with her body. All she was trying to do was to help her eldest sister. Bao Luochen has had enough. He uses his power and controls her body. And with just a simple touch, she was able to put a hole in his chest. He got what he deserved. She was confused and started to thank him, even though she can't even see him. But the predator friend becomes angry and wants revenge from her. But the thing is, she can't fight anymore. All her power is now gone. Bao Luochen controlled her body again. But this time, it wasn't enough. And right before he cut her neck, Bao Luochen used his power and tied him in a chain. She was still confused about the identity of who was helping her, and asked him if she can integrate the predator friend to find her sister's place. He tells her that her sister might be dead by now, because she already destroyed her own Sea of Kai and ran away. Until this moment, none of them knew the person behind this attack. And the moment Bao Luochen revealed himself, both of them were in shock. Bao Luochen asks him about her sister's place, and once he starts mumbling around, Bao Luochen just killed him without hesitation, making him explode. She was angry about what he did, because she was trying to integrate him to find where her sister was. Bao Luochen summoned a spirit bird and told her to give him anything that belonged to her sister. The bird will find her in no time. Her senior sister was in a deep hole, tired and exhausted from what she had been dealing with. And suddenly she heard her sister shouting her name. Finally they find her. Bao Luochen uses his magic and gets her out of the hole. The two sisters finally reunite again. They thanked Bao Luochen about what he did to them. Bao Luochen pulls out the 5-element pill who got it from that loses called Jiang Hime. He wants to give it to her so that she can stop her bleeding. At first, she refuses to take this precious pill, but he convinced her to take it. And the moment she eats it, she starts feeling the spirit power starting flowing through her body, and all her injury has immediately healed. They will never forget his help. Bao Luochen asks them about the reason that they are here. Both of the sisters were staring at each other, like it was something terrible that was about to tell him. And back to Bao Luochen house. Su Liu finally completed the first page from the book that Bao Luochen gave her, and her cultivation is about to level up. But suddenly, she heard a noise outside. She thinks to herself that it is just the beast department again, and she can handle them with no problem. But oh boy, was she wrong. This time, it will not be easy for her. It was the vice instructor of the beast taming department, Cheng Kun, and he absolutely didn't want to just talk. Back to Bao Luochen in the forest. He didn't believe what they said to him. Apparently they were looking for the ice monster, and they didn't know that the Void Equal sect were searching for that monster as well. Bao Luochen was wondering about the reason that both departments were searching for that monster. Is that monster becoming a high-level demon or what? They ask him if he is thinking of catching this monster as well, to which he replies that he wants it for his student to help her training. At Bao Luochen's house, things were about to get heated. Her master is now gone for now, so he can come back next time if he has anything with him. He didn't care about what she was saying, and for no reason he ordered her to bow down. But she refuses to bow down for him. Why the hell did she need to bow to him in the first place? This makes him so angry. He uses his power and releases a giant hand to her. She didn't move an inch. She was bleeding everywhere in her body. He became even more angry and started attacking her multiple times. But she wasn't having any of his nonsense. She was standing in her place with a fearless face. She is not afraid of him and his power. So he chickened out and ordered his disciple to end her life right now. Surprisingly, Yin Hai was trying to convince him to not kill her, and ask his master if he could talk her through it, instead of ending her life. But of course he refused. Yin Hai goes to her and asks her if she can stop playing around and just bend to him to finish all this drama. She refuses to listen to him and bow to his stupid teacher, so she must handle what's about to come to her. And right before he attacks her, Bao Luochen's horse, whose name is Blackie, attacks him with his head and absolutely destroys Yin Hai in a second. This isn't just a normal horse. It's actually a spirit demon. This is why the beast department tries many times to steal it from the Bao Luochen department. Cheng Kun makes a rope with his power and throws it at the horse, catching him. Cheng Kun pulled the hours toward him and charged his fist, punching the horse and nearly destroying his center spirit crystal. Su Liu didn't believe what just happened in front of her eyes. She started crying from what he did to her lovely Blackie. Apparently they had something between them, and we still don't know about it till now. Anyway, she was screaming and shouting from what happened to Blackie. She will never let him get away with it. Su Liu start charging at him. She will use all what she learned till this point and put it in this attack. But there is something she missed about. Cheng Kun always comes prepared. If he didn't bring his special item with him this time, his head will no longer be attached to his body. He really needs to get rid of her no matter what. He catches her with his magic. Su Liu can't move anymore. He pulled her toward him and caught her from her neck. It looks like her end is near. Blackie tried to save her, but he was too weak to even move. And right before she passed out, she remembers what Bao Luochen gave her before he went to the forest. She quickly put it in his arm. This is her final move. And before he even finishes his sentence, the magic in the paper activate, and Cheng Kun's arm starts to decompose. He managed to get away from it before his entire body fell apart. The monster that was in the paper was an unbelievably strong one. Before Cheng Kun comprehends what's going on, the little chicken monster gets behind him and smashes him in the ground, and literally explodes. No one will survive this kind of attack. His special item was destroyed. It was the only thing keeping him alive till now. He was absolutely destroyed. His student went to check on him, but Cheng Kun told him to give him all the cultivation pills he has. He will show her who she is messing with. He jumped at her with all his power. Su Liu was thinking in her head, is this the end for her? And before she got smoked, Bao Luochen comes to the rescue. He let a clone of him handle Cheng Kun, while he tried to save Su Liu and heal her injury. Bao Luochen was so angry. How dare he come to his place and have the balls to attack his student while he was away. The clone smashed Cheng Kun's head in the ground. His face was very nasty to even show you. It was disturbing to say the least. I am taking a bullet for you boys, so please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more epic recaps. The clone is not finished yet. He starts smashing Cheng Kun's face over and over. Yin Hai shouted at him to stop, but Bao Luochen didn't care and put him in a barrier of mana. It was looking bad for Cheng Kun. The most twisted thing is, the clone wars smashing Cheng Kun's face and heals him at the same time. At this point, Bao Luochen is just making fun of him. And finally, after he beat the hell out of Cheng Kun, he returned him back to his student. Cheng Kun asks Yin Hai again to give him some cultivation pills, and instead of them get the hell out of here. Cheng Kun seems to have brain damage, because he still believes he can win against Bao Luochen. And even though he already got beaten to death by a student and her teacher, he told Yin Hai that, and I quote, I didn't use my full power. What an absolute idiot. Su Liu was sorry for not protecting his house and the horse Blackie, but he told her to relax and not think about it. And suddenly Cheng Kun showed up with a new special item, and according to him, this is the best of the best. Even his griffin was at level 8. But the moment that griffin gets nearer Bao Luochen, the ice monster that he catches before he comes here, all it does is just opens its eyes. This itself made the griffin lose all his feathers and fly away as fast as he could. And finally the two sisters from the forest come. Bao Luochen can now leave Su Liu in a very good hand. It's time to show him something that he wishes he never saw before. Bao Luochen was about to use the curse of melting blood, but Cheng Kun flew as fast as he could. Sadly for him, Bao Luochen clones reach him and smack the shit out of his face, making him fall and hit the ground. He tries to convince Bao Luochen to calm down. They all are members in the academy. But Bao Luochen had enough from his nonsense. He already gave him his chance, but he didn't listen to him. His ego was the reason for what was about to come to him. Bao Luochen's attack was so powerful that the only thing left from Cheng Kun is his clothes. Both of the sisters were amazed about his power. And now, it's Yin Hai's turn. But Bao Luochen didn't hurt him. He just scared him and told him to not say anything about what happened here. He thanks Bao Luochen for his forgiveness. After seeing Bao Luochen power, both of the sisters didn't want to stay anymore, so they decided to go home. But Bao Luochen asked them to come around and play with his student if they got the time. Bao Luochen suddenly noticed something in the sky, but he quickly destroys it. It turns out someone was spying on him all that time. And that person is Cheng Kun uncle, and he was very, very mad. He will not sit down and watch. He ordered one of his servants to deal with Bao Luochen's student in the next test. At Bao Luochen's house, he brought a gift for Su Liu. It's the ice monster, and because of his lightning ability, it will really help her to push through her cultivation stage. Su Liu was impressed by him, because even in her past life, she couldn't even dream of taming one of these powerful monsters. But here it is, her master, playing with the monster like it's nothing. And on top of that, he wants to give it to her. She hugs him and thanks him for the gift. She will never disappoint him. He told her that she can take this spirit monster with her to the test. But that isn't possible. He needs to contain the cultivation level of the spirit so that it will have no problem in the test. So he decided to do exactly that. But instead of him try to slow the monster cultivation, he did the exact opposite and instead increased its cultivation even more. And then she came out of her shell. Su Liu was so impressed by what she is seeing right now. A beautiful looking girl comes out of it. Her name was Elslin, the spirit queen, also known as the Little Dream, and she will be with them from now on. Su Liu was shocked from Elslin's beauty. She was so cute and lovely that no one will believe that she used to be a monster before. Bao Luochen told Elslin to help Su Liu through her cultivation. Bao Luochen went to feed his horse, but something was still in his mind. He was right all along. The Void Equal sect wasn't after the Little Dream, but instead, they were searching for this piece of jade that was guarded by the Spirit Queen. Even his system didn't know exactly what this thing was. And for the first time, the system suddenly congratulates him for opening a new task. And the task is to help his disciple to break through her cultivation level. And if he completed it, he would get rewarded by some of the martial arts skills. Bao Luochen was actually annoyed by the system, why it's all of a sudden started giving him these new tasks. Because for the past 10 years, all the system told him is to chop wood. Even if he completed the task, the reward isn't that useful for him anyway. After all this thinking, Bao Luochen went to sleep. And the moment he closes his eyes and sleeps, the piece of jade starts acting weird. A girl shows up from it. But still, that's not enough for her. She gently puts her hand in his face and tells him with a voice full of love and passion how she can't wait to see him again. Who is this girl, and what is her deal with Bao Luochen? If you want part 3, destroy the like button and subscribe for more. So boys, we made a Discord server for you all, so we can have fun and talk to each other. The link is in the description.